It's sometimes better to play in games like that. As a matter of fact, it ain't sometimes. It's a lot worse. It's hard on me, but it's really good for a young basketball team to have to play in a real close basketball game like that because you really see what you're made out of. Southern Miss is a good basketball team. They are out of Conference USA, which is one of the top 6 or 7 women's basketball conferences in the country. They're a league that's going to get 2 or 3 teams in every year to the NCAA tournament. And Southern Miss was picked in the top 3 in that league. And, coming in here, I knew it was going to be tough because they were going to be a little extra motivated. They didn't play well on Sunday in their last game. Joy Lee McNellis is a good friend of mine, and her and I talked before the game, and I knew they didn't play well. I told her, I said, y'all didn't play well. You got a lot better team than you played on Sunday. And they come in here and motivated and played really well. But I'm real proud of our basketball team on how we responded and had a lot of toughness. And showed a lot of great things in that game, and we can build on that. And I'm just real proud of my basketball team getting that win today because, we're going to be happy to have that one come March. I can promise you that.
Tia, just talk about your performance, and you kind of got the team jump started with your play there about midway through the second half, scoring about 6 straight points, your defensive efforts. Talk about what started clicking for you there.
Well, in the huddle, kind of got chewed out a little bit.
Never.
And I just took it and motivated myself, motivated my team, and that's when I got up, and my team follows. Every time I do anything, they follow right behind me. So when I bring energy, they bring energy as well, and that was what gave us the push that we needed in the second half to get the win.
And we go as Tia Fowlery goes. When she plays well, we play well. And she did get her little chew in there in the huddle. And her and I have a real interesting relationship, as everybody probably can see. And I like that. And her and I have a real open relationship where we talk real open. And she tells me what she sees on the floor. I tell her what I see. And then we come to a conclusion on what's going on with that. But we're going to be as good as Tia Fowlery is. And if Tia Fowlery puts us on her back and leads us, we got a chance to play in the postseason this year and do something real special. And so that's a challenge. I'm challenging her every day, and she knows that, and she likes that challenge, and she's excited about it. An energy player, somebody that brings it every day. When she's on the floor, our team changes. She may not be the greatest shooter in the world. She may turn it over a couple of times, but she makes up for it with defensive pressure. She makes up for it on making plays. What a big 3 she made. She has a lot of toughness. She's a winner. Has she ever lost anywhere she's been? I don't think she has. I'm just very fortunate that she decided to come back to Ole Miss and play here. And I don't know how many steals she ended up with tonight, but she didn't have any. But we wouldn't have been able to do what we could do defensively without Erica Sisk, because Erica Sisk starts everything for our basketball team defensively. And she didn't have any steals, but I guarantee you the 3 that Tia got or the 2 that Sandrika got, she was involved in it somehow in terms of making her man have pressure on her and making her man make a tough mistake there, and she would capitalize on that. And so, she continued it. She had 10 points tonight. I've talked to her a lot about slowing down offensively and letting the game come to her instead of her taking it to the game. And she's been doing that lately, and I see her averages are starting to go up. And we're going to be a good basketball team. Another player that's going to help us be a good basketball team this year is Erica Sisk. We got to have her on the floor. First half she got in some foul trouble, and that hurt us. But she got it going in the second half, played every minute, I believe, in the second half. So I think she did. And if I took her out in the second half, I wish somebody would have hollered at me and told me to put her back in.
How big was that stretch where Queen had the big offensive rebound, made the free throw, and then the turnover, and then the Gracie hit the 3, kind of put it up there before their lane?
It's huge. I hope Gracie gets those same 7 looks on Saturday. I hope she gets those same 7 looks after Christmas. I hope she gets those same 7 looks against Arkansas on January 2nd, because Gracie Frizzell is a great shooter. Queen Hayes kept a lot of things alive for us. Queen Hayes, she's a tough-minded player. Another player, when I watched her play in high school, she didn't have the accolades that maybe some kids that may have went to Tennessee or something like that had, but she had the toughness, that intangible stuff, that just this big-time tough player. And those plays she made are not they don't surprise me. They don't surprise me at all. That's the play she makes every day in practice. If you notice, the last 3 possessions defensively, Girls laugh at her from time to time. They say that she sounds like a little Chihuahua dog barking when she's talking defensively, but she is out there screaming, "I got ball, I got ball, I got help, I got help." That gets the rest of them going a little bit. And we got 3 big stops there, and she was just screaming at her teammates about where she was at on the court, and that's huge for us with the communication. But her toughness is something that she's went from a player that's struggling to get on the floor at time to time to practice, just saying, "I'm going to be real tough every day." And I'm asking her and Tori to do what Valencia could do. And, they're doing that really well for us right now. I'm happy with those two. They're growing each day. I saw Valencia McFarland out there after the game. She's back in town for Christmas, and she said, "Coach, they're going to be all right. Both of them's going to be all right. They're young. They're going to be all right. They're getting better." I said, "How do you know? You've been in Romania. Where have you been?" She said, "I watch every game online." So she knows better than I do. So I said, "You're right, V. I agree with you 100%. So they're both going to be all right, and I'm real happy to have Tori and Queen running our point guard.
After 11 games, what do you like about this team? What bothers you? What have you learned about them so far?
What I like about them is the potential where they can still go. And we're getting better every day. We probably would have lost that game 2 weeks ago. And so, they're continuing to grow. I've said this from the start. I'm hoping to have us there on January 2nd. And we've closed the gap on how close we have to be and ready to go on January 2nd. And I told them before the game, we're about that far off. But that far off doesn't seem like a lot when you look at it, but it's a lot when you're at the things that you have to pick up and get better at. Our communication's got to get better defensively. Our communication's got to get better offensively. We've got to get more accustomed to what's going on offensively. And tonight a little bit, they went zone. And so we scrapped the whole man playbook, and so we've been working a lot on getting our man-to-man ready. We watched a lot of tape on Southern Miss. They haven't played a lot of zone. All of a sudden, they jump in a zone. And so now we got to go back tomorrow and work on how to attack that zone because we've been working on how to attack man. But one great thing that this team didn't do that they could have is when that team went zone, they figured it out. They found a way. And that's the big thing that I was excited about. But their toughness and the potential of this team. There's going to be a lot of games just like that one. It's going to be rough on me. I've got to do a real good job with my diet so I don't have a stroke over on that sideline. But there's going to be a lot of basketball games like that all year for this basketball team because of our youth. And, but we got to find ways to win those games. And how you find ways to win those games, have great senior leadership. And when we needed to make plays there, Tia Valerie got every rebound when we needed to have a rebound. Danielle McCray got in the help side and made some plays. Then were 2 seniors. Gracie Frizzell made a big 3 when we had to have a play made. And that's a junior there. Them are the plays you got to make, the older kids you got to make when it gets tough. And, I was watching a team play the other night that's a top 25 team in the country. And they were in a 1-point game, and they've been talking about how they play a lot of freshmen and all this. And when it got to 4 minutes to go, they put 5 seniors on the court. And then 5 seniors bailed them out. We don't have that luxury. Our young ones have got to learn on the fly. They got to keep going, and they're learning every day. And tonight's game is going to help them for January 2nd because they made the plays they had to make there.
So real quick, how did you think your offense looked second game in with y'all's kind of new playbook you put in?
We'd have probably scored about 110 if they'd have kept playing us man. I'm just playing. I don't really know that for fact, but it looks real good. It looks real good in practice. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some things we got to work on. There's some things that I've got to show Tia on tape where she gets the ball at in the offense. I've got to help her with that. There's some things I've got to show. Shaquila Joseph. She had played well for us the other night. When they went zone, she got a little sketchy up there at the top. We got to show her how to handle that zone area. Kelsey Briggs was better against the zone, so she came in and played well. And so it's just a total team effort, but I'm real happy about where we're at offensively. And this is going to be real good for us. It's going to be good for us this year. It's going to be good for us next year. It's just going to continue to get better because we finally got something it seems like our athletes are taking to. And we've got to be able to use that and for our advantage, and I think it's working.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.